Hello and welcome to IABM TV. Today I'm delighted to welcome back into the studio Abe Zerbib, CEO at Tag VS. Abe, welcome back to IABM TV.
Thank you for having me.
And so Abe, tell us about Tag VS and what makes the company and its products so unique.
Well, I think the uniqueness is still the same, although today it's really in the upfront. I mean, we were born and raised as a software-only company, specialized in IP and off-the-shelf hardware. And I don't know if we predicted or not, but the reality proves that everyone are now using IP, software only, and off-the-shelf hardware, and we are very prepared for that because we have a legacy of 10 years already. So challenges that now the players and the vendors in the market are facing are not, maybe, it's not that we don't have any challenges, but I believe that we have a easier way to face them according to the very demanding request of the customers.
Yeah. Okay, and so Tag isn't a new company. In fact, I believe it's your 10th anniversary this year, is it?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. 10th year, we celebrated our 10 years.
Yeah.
We did also a cocktail and a party, and it was a big event.
Yeah.
A lot of people came over, new customers, older customers, and you know, and everyone and partners, and it was a very So the company is already 10 years old in the market.
Yeah. But notice your technology has always reflected the market's next big trend and requirement, even when people are apprehensive about change. How does your platform reflect the evolution in the industry, and how does it provide a future-proof system for your customers?
Yeah, actually, I think I've mentioned already in the last interview during NAB, but it's now even more emphasized, the fact that we are supporting software-only, IP, software-only, off-the-shelf hardware, the virtualized, and now the cloud.
Yeah.
It's actually providing us the possibility to provide almost any type of solution that is demanded by the players today. And actually, we are being pushed. I'm not always very happy about that because I mean, the customers definitely the one who knows us, and even new. Pushing us because they know that we have knowledge in the area of software, so they are pushing us to the edge of requests, and we can see it in the cloud. I had a dream to start taking care, because we have already the technology for the cloud, AWS and others, and I had a dream to start working seriously on it at the beginning of the year. But as you could see, during last World Cup, more than one POC and other events in the Bay Area were using a Tag on AWS.
Okay. And
this is something that we are pushed again and again and again, and we will face it. We need to keep the faith.
Excellent. And so Tag's platform is all IP-based software only. What are the operational and financial benefits to the customers, and what could they do now that they couldn't do before?
Well, it's a great question. First, you need to understand that my impression is this request came from the big guys. I know. I mean, I don't know why they think. I mean, maybe it's just a trend. I don't know if it's a reality. But the reality is that that this is the request of the customers to be strictly all IP. By the way, the word "all" is very significant because many other vendors are struggling to have part of the solution IP, the others they still can, but the DNA of Tag, it's all IP. We input IP, we process IP, and we output IP.
Yeah.
And also we do not deal with hardware at all. Even if we have offers from partners and vendors to do some OEMs together, we don't do that because we believe that the pureness of the solution, being a software only on off-the-shelf COTS hardware, it's more beneficial for the company to stay in that position. Now, answering your question, I think the benefits that we see, and I ask customers, why do you choose Tag? I'm not afraid to ask them, is say because there are other great vendors that are here for many more years than we are in the market, but they believe, I think, that the flexibility of using off-the-shelf hardware from one side and using advanced software tools from the other side will put them in a better position to cope with changes.
Yeah.
That's I think the main reason. So that's what puts Tag in the front.
Okay, so you mentioned customers there. What sort of size customers and installations benefit from a Tag system?
Well, we have, for example, NBC Sports using 30 channels. On the other side, we have Deutsche Telekom over 1,000, and we have MLB over 500 channels. I mean, the big guys like Fox, DirecTV, and everyone are using tag. And yes, we are working with the premium. However, our solution is also fine, and we sell also equipment for a small NOC with maybe 30 or 50 channels. Yeah. So we can deal with any type of size of customers. Okay,
so what are some of the new features you're showing here at IBC?
I think first after we had a lot of pressure to support Dash, MPEG Dash, and now we can see it on the screen. We show it, so this is a request came a long time ago from the customers, and we were happy to deliver it. I think that the biggest event is that we reduced putting the latency in a software only and off-the-shelf hardware. It's a very big challenge for everyone, and we were able to come to less than 2 frame latency, which give a lot of confidence to the customers that, you remember I said pushing us, so we are being pushed very hard to provide solutions for the production area and not the delivery where we came from. So now that the customers that are asking us to be more in the environment of production, in the switching and then MCR, so they have a lot of confidence that we show them on a 2 screen the real latency between the source and the process in the multiviewer. So it's actually 1 frame, but just to be modest and cautious, we say less than 2, because some other elements in the environment which is not tagged could change this, but still less than 2 frames latency. It's something. It's a big achievement for us.
Okay, and so tell me about the 5 tag values and what sets them apart from other competitors.
I think I've mentioned that in the other question that you mentioned. That I mean the 5 values, which are the IP, software only, off-the-shelf hardware, virtualized, and cloud, puts us in a position that we can provide any solution that requires monitoring and multi-viewer with any platform. We are not limited to any type of hardware or platform.
So there's no limitations for the users?
No limitations for the user, and no limitation for the sizes as well.
Ah, excellent, so fully scalable. And so what's going to be the next big thing from Tag VS then?
I think the next big things for us will be to provide more solution. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed because we are under NDAs to speak with some customers, but we are going to heavily enter into some projects in the area of production where the latency is critical. And from the other side, as I mentioned before, I think the AWS and other cloud platforms will be significant. I believe that NAB, if you go to our stand now, so it's presenting the classic NOC with a huge 12-time 65-inch, where you see presenting we're simulating the Sky UK NOC that we did the project 2 years ago. But I believe that NAB, because of being able to do things on the cloud, and the demands and workflow is different on the cloud, so I believe our stand will look completely different. But as I said, I will keep it as a surprise for you for our next interview.
Excellent. Well, I'll catch up with you at NAB then.
Excellent.
Abe, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You can find out more about all of these products and services at tagvs.com.